So you want to create better content for social media. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to use AI to actually make your content better and make it stick. So my name is Dominic. I've run my own marketing agency and I've raised over $20 million for startups. And right now I'm focused on building my personal brand via marketing and growth strategies. So many people tend to think that AI content is trash and it's just AI slop. And this is mostly true because people don't put enough attention into actually using AI to make their content better, to make it stand out. They're actually just using simple prompts, and what that means is they get the AI slop that we just spoke about. So I want to show you what I've done today in terms of an AI agent assistant that helps me in my daily content for all my pages that I run on X, on Threads, on LinkedIn, on YouTube as well. So basically it's a personalized agent that scans popular themes and topics that are talked about within my niches and gives me a summary of these topics so that then I can go on and create my content based on the things that are actually getting clicks, on the things that are actually trending within my niches. So instead of just simple prompts, what I've started using is Kimi. Kimi is an AI which has a new feature of Kimi Claw. Basically, if you've been following the AI space for a while, you would know that OpenClaw, aka CloudBot, has been around for a good few weeks now. And people are basically using this tool to create personalized agents. Many people buy Mac Minis to run their LLMs in-house, basically with full privacy. But what we're going to be using today is a cloud-based system that allows us to create this Kimi Claw agent and give it some tasks that are completed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is important to note that there are many things that you need to consider when using such systems, like privacy. I wouldn't necessarily connect this tool, especially that it's hosted online, to my personalized data. I wouldn't connect any of my accounts to it, but I'm solely using it as an assistant that basically does research about topics that are trending. And basically what we've done today is we've opened an account on kimi.com and we've used the Kimi Claw feature that allows us to basically have an online Clawbot or OpenClaw in the browser. So it's not connected to your computer. It runs online 24/7, and basically once I've opened the account, I've installed a couple of skills for my agent that allows it to do the research job in a very good manner. It's not AI slop in my opinion. So basically let's run over a few of the things that I've created and why I think this is a really good way of moving forward. So we've created a daily content system and we're doing marketing content that gets posted at 8 a.m. Warsaw time. This is my time zone. And I get my Telegram DMs with basically 3 to 4x ready posts about marketing, social media growth and strategy. And the sources that we've selected is basically the popular figures in the space that talk about these topics, which in marketing it's Gary Vee, Hormozy, Dan Martell and Caleb Ralston, plus trending topics. So the format is basically the way I want the agent to structure these posts for me. I want to avoid some of the popular things that AI usually does when it creates content. and X algorithm optimized. So this is an important thing as well to note. Clawbot and OpenClaw, however you want to call it, it's an agent, but it doesn't have many skills right out of the gate. So basically you need to give it some features that it has installed. This particular thing that we're running, which is on kimi.com, as I said, has around 40 gigabytes of space in the cloud. So you can basically install many features that allow this particular agent to do its job. So if you want to find skills for your Clawbot or OpenClaw, whatever, you can use a site called clawhub.ai, and it lists many skills that people create for these agents to use. And I would hide the suspicious ones, and you can scroll through these skills depending on what agent you want to create. But for the purposes of this video, we are creating an agent that summarizes and it looks at the content that is being posted within our niche so that we can make our content on social better. What I've done here is basically I've downloaded the X algorithm optimized skill, which allows it to basically know exactly how the X algorithm works at a particular time, and it structures this content in the way that ticks all the boxes when it comes to the X algorithm. Another thing that I've done is I've humanized the AI agent. Basically, the humanized feature is also available on ClawHub. You can install it. It basically allows your AI agent to have some human patterns when it comes to writing and producing content. This will obviously minimize the amount of AI slop that is being created, and it actually gives pretty nice content to me. So these are basically two of the main skills that I've installed for this particular occasion on this agent, on this AI agent, which is basically the X algorithm optimized and humanize skill. Once I did that, I connected it via Telegram, and all of these things you can basically type in and it will tell you exactly how to do these things step by step. I don't want to go over them because it can actually give you a step-by-step guide on exactly what to do. So let's skip that. But yeah, I've connected my Telegram, and now as you can see, I'm getting my posts on Telegram daily at a particular time. And this AI agent is basically scanning everything that I've mentioned for it when it comes to my niches, and it creates content based on YouTube videos that are being created by big creators. It basically looks at the transcripts and it summarizes everything that it's learned with these videos, and creates 4 posts about, as I said, marketing, social media growth, but also it creates content for my other channels, which are basically crypto related. And in this instance, I've made the sources of DeFi trends, BTC macro, ETH upgrades, and on-chain data. These are basically topics that my audience is interested in. So these are the sources that my AI agent is scanning 24/7 on both X and YouTube, and obviously other platforms as well. It can all be modified, it can all be created in the way that you feel comfortable with, and it can pull data from the source that you tell it to. So there's a lot of customization here that you can use to make your content better. And basically how it works, it triggers at a scheduled time, it's spin up to research fresh content, it finds topics in trending videos, trending topics, trending articles, extracts insights, applies the X algorithm rules, humanizes to remove AI patterns, and delivers to my Telegram. What this allows me to do is every time I wake up in the morning, I have a fresh piece of content, basically 4 pieces of content for every niche that I'm involved with, that can, during my morning coffee, go over and adjust this content to fit me personally, because at the end of the day, you want to be real with your followers. You don't want to just put out content that's recycled from other content creators. But this gives me a perfect base for my content. It ticks many boxes because it looks for topics that are trending. So obviously I want to make content that is trending, that is getting clicks, that is getting likes. So we have that on here. But it also gives me a good foundation, because once I go over these posts, I can adjust them to fit my particular findings, to add some of the things that I want to say in these particular topics, and then I can put that content out. This is basically for my X accounts that I run, but also this bot can be customized. This AI agent can be customized to fit your particular needs. It can create video scripts based on the popular topics in your niche. It can create content for TikTok, Instagram, and other platforms as well. And the way you customize it is basically depends on what your needs really are. For me particularly, I find it very useful, because instead of me having to manually search the topics that are trending in a particular day, I wake up and I have everything in front of me. It's all ready to go. I just need to put my personal spin on this, and then I can put out the content that I think is high standard, and it definitely brings a lot of value, because topics that it basically covers are covered by figures in these niches that are both popular, trending, and respected. So the findings are really interesting for my audience, and this is basically the way I prove my particular content that I put out. This is one of the ways that I use to make my content better and make my content more visible on social media like X, Threads, LinkedIn, YouTube, and others. So the setup is very quick, and I think even though we are talking about this particular website, kimi.com, I think there's no point of just sticking to one website. With the amount of AI tools coming out, I think there'll be more tools over the next weeks and months that are coming out, but the overall premise stays the same. You can use these AI agents to streamline processes, streamline research when it comes to your niche, and then based on the findings, based on the results, it gives you actual data that you can use to create your content, and it speeds up the process significantly. I used to spend a lot of time to research topics and to make sure these topics are relevant and hot within my niches, but right now it's just a case of opening my Telegram app. By the way, you can use any messaging software for your AI agents. You can use Discord, you can use WhatsApp, whatever you fancy. But I've personally used Telegram to get my content delivered in the mornings, and I can go about my day adjusting that content and making it relevant for my audience. So this is basically a way you can improve your content and your content strategy, and you can basically have unlimited content within your niche. Every niche, whatever it is, for my particular scenario, it was marketing, it was social media growth, but also crypto. But any niche that you are in, whether it's investing, trending, there's plenty of niches out there that have constant influx of content, and basically scanning all the content that comes out does take time. AI agent can't do it for you. So I do recommend you guys get educated on the AI agents, because it really streamlines processes. Many people who are testing AI, they're doing it in a very low-level way, in my opinion. They just use the standard ChatGPT functions most of the time, and the content that it produces is not up to standard, and then they just decide that AI is not worth considering when it comes to content creation. But in my opinion, it can't be further from the truth, because the way AI works is that whatever prompt you give it, however you structure this, this is the result that you're going to get. If you hired someone in a company and you didn't give them any particular training or any particular knowledge about your company and tell them to create content, you'd pretty much get the same content that GPT would make. Whereas if you gave them training, if you gave them actual structure that they need to follow and an actual way of doing their job, that's how you can have great content when it comes to your worker, the person that you employ, but also when it comes to your AI agents. It needs to have context, it needs to have something to work with, and it needs to learn about your particular formats, your particular way of delivering content, and everything else in between. So AI agents, when it comes to social media content, great in my opinion, very underused, and I think we are at a point where people who don't use these tools will just get left behind, because I can now spend more time in the actual content production rather than research. This is it for today. If you want to learn about marketing and growth strategies, then I do recommend you subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.